are more focused on input-output data or other resources that comes from input will be transformed in a certain activity, and then what is the output from this activity. So they focus more on input and output, so to say. I hope that explained a little bit to you, but please ask me again if you have a comment. So you can say that, like that UML activity diagram that we are using in this course is a control flow diagram because it focuses on in which order the activities is carried out. So please listen to this presentation. It will be much easier, and then ask us questions, especially during seminars, and also we will have supervision starting. I think we will have some supervision time. We will publish these dates soon, but it will start the 5th of July and also continue the week after that, so that you can ask questions. And again, you can ask stupid questions. I can show you in detail if you have some issues with modeling. It's like what the tricky part is here in this course, that you have to learn this modeling language. It's like learning a new language, but a graphical language, so to say. So now let's go to, I go back here, and I will now open up this lesson, process modeling, that we started yesterday, or Monday, sorry. And the lesson task, if you remember, was about a certain process, a certain healthcare process. I will make it a little bit larger. Let's see. There, I will go into 150 here. So, and please, I know I can actually tell you what the story is here, and you can read in the same time. So this process, and you need to model this process in a UML activity diagram. And think of it like that if you are responsible, you say that you work in a healthcare organization, and this organization want to work more process oriented. They want to focus on the process. They want to work in a well-structured way, and you are asked to be part of this team that's going to create a more process-oriented way of working. So what you will probably do first in this team is that you will try to understand how are people working in this organization, what are they doing today, how are they doing it today, and then you start to graphically, or in a graphical model, shows how people are working, and based on that graphical model, everybody can get. The good thing with this modeling models is that you can gather around them and discuss them and point. You have some kind of you can visualize how people actually are working, instead of just talking, because when people talk with word and discuss, it's easy that you misunderstand. But here you have a kind of a drawing, a map, where everybody can gather around and discuss and try to change. So the idea is that you first model the process how it is today, and I called it last time as is model, and then in the future, and then you try to create how you want the process to work to be more efficient. It's kind of a model for the future, and these are sometimes called to-be models. So we have as-is models of how they look today, and to-be model how it looks tomorrow. So and then how do you do it? Well, usually we go around and interview people or observe how people are working in this healthcare organization and write it down, so to say, and try to do this process model. In this case here, we just got the text, so we have to live with that. So in this case, we have a text and a physician at the primary care unit, which is in Sweden, the first healthcare organization you go to is the primary care unit, and usually the physician there investigate the patient, and in this case the patient has an eye issue. If the physician could help the patient if the physician can help the patient, then the process ends after that. But if the physician feels, oh, I'm not an expert in eye care, then the physician will send the referral to an expert. It's kind of a request for help, this referral, and then in this case, the eye care hospital will receive this referral and check it out and decide about it. And if the referral is accepted, they will sort of say schedule the patient and send back information to the patient that you can come and visit this eye care expert at that date, at that time, in that hospital. And then the patient hopefully will get treated in a professional way. And in this case here, you can see that the physician sends this referral to the hospital, and at the hospital, there is an administrator first receiving this referral and send back directly a notification to the physician at the primary care that, okay, we have received your referral. We will now check it out. And then you can see in the text, then the referral goes from the administrator to a group of expert physicians that meet and discuss this referral and say, is this a referral that we can accept? And if it looks interesting, yeah, is it a referral we can deny, that we shouldn't take care of, that we deny it? We can also accept it as it is, but we can also, as a third option, then say that, okay, we're lacking some information on this referral. Can you please add some information so we know more before we make a decision, or a priority, before we make a decision. So then when the physicians, this group of physicians, or expert physicians, has decided that, then the administrator at the hospital will send it back to the primary care doctor and ask the doctor or the physician there to add this information, and then the primary care physician will do that, add this information, send it back to the hospital, and again the administrator take care of this added information for the referrer and send back a notification to the primary care doctor that, okay, now I received this, now the expert group will check it out. And what's happened then is that the expert group will check it out and could deny it, maybe ask for additional information and send it back again, or accept it. And if the referral finally is accepted, or accepted in the first time, then the hospital will sort of say plan for a visit for this patient, and then that will be done by this administrator. The administrator will sort of say schedule, decide a date and time for the physician for the patient to come and send information to the patient here. Yes, and now we have questions. Good, that's nice. Yes, I will do that. I will present the activity, present activities. Yes, Vincent, I will do that now when we go through this lesson. And please ask me questions. Yes, so Vincent, if you have some issues, I will open up now. So how can you do this model? You could model on paper with a pen, and then scan it in or take a photo with your mobile phone. But so you draw your models on paper with a paper and pen, and then you can sort of scan it in or take a photo of your mobile phone and make it clear so we check that the photo is okay, so we can see it. Otherwise we will inform you. So don't throw away your paper, because maybe if we can't read it, we maybe send an email to you and ask, please take another photo. It will be easier to read. But you could also use a tool, and I mentioned here that that there are some interesting tools. And what I usually use a tool called or sometimes I prefer to use Lucidchart. I can show you how that looks like so you can see. lucidchart.com, but here it costs some money. I think it costs like $88 per month, so it's pretty expensive, but it's a very nice tool, and it looks like this. I will give you, I will open it up here. I can open up, yeah, I can open up something here. Let's see what could be interesting for you. Yeah, I can open up this here. So it looks like this here with our symbols, and then you can select the symbols on the left side. So look, but what I say, maybe because it's free, you can use this other tool, which is called IODraw or diagrams.net. So just to show you how you do, to find it, you write diagram, diagram.net like this. Det var segt. Det was not so. Now here, diagram, draw IO diagram, and then you click on this, and then you sort of say need to, in your case, you need to log in and register, but it's free, which is nice. So this, and I use this tool now because it's free. It's nice for you to see how it works. And then on the left side, you can use here, you see the plus more shapes in the bottom. Then you should select this UML. I usually select this UML and the basic and maybe flowchart, but especially UML and basic is the most important. It's called stencils or shapes. And here you have them. So if I click here on UML, here I have the symbol that I need for UML, and I could also use this general concept if I want. But let's now check here what we've done, what we did last time. We did start modeling this description that I said, and we identified 3 actors, 3 participants: the primary care physician, the administrator at the hospital, and the group of physicians, so to say. And I will later on also mark that this belongs to the primary care, and these 2 actors belong to the eye care hospital. And what we can see, and what I did here, I just, this first activity here, first I need to start with this start node. And how did I find that? I went here down to the UML, clicked on it, and then you can see the symbol here, start. That's the one. And then you just sometimes you click on it and drag, and now it's here in this case, you just put your and right click on it and drag it into the surface like this. And it's very nice when you learn this tool. In the beginning, it's very clumsy, you get very crazy, but after a while you learn how to do the modeling. So I started with that. And then unfortunately, they don't have any good, you want the rectangle with rounded corner here, and they don't have that actually. It's very strange in this UML model from IODraw. So I went actually to the general, and here I found a rounded rectangle, it's called, and I dragged that into the and then I gave it a name. And then you can see it's very smart. So I put it here. If you want to create another one, I make copy and paste, but you can also drag it again from here like this, so you have another third one. And then you can see there is actually a little round circle, and then you can actually automate by finding this. You can just connect them very easily. So you can see sometimes you find green round circles, and then here is another one. For example, that one I can take and drag it and connect and take this arrow and connect it in this way. And then you can just click on it and write the name inside the rectangle. So in this case, we know that the primary care physician investigate the patient, and then if the primary care physician couldn't help the patient, the primary care physician will send a referral to the eye care hospital. It could also, if you want, I mean, it's not necessary, but if you want, we can also model that maybe the physician could help the patient and treat the patient and end. So then we need to actually, after investigate patient, actually also model a choice here. And I will do that now, so you can see what I mean. It's not, so from the domain descriptor, it's not totally clear. There are some freedom, but if I want to be more detailed, I will probably model what is called a conditional behavior or a choice. And I call these choices for or XOR split. And that means that either, and I take here a new one here, either either you treat the patient or help the patient. We can, I call it treat the patient. It could be help also, because it's not very clear from the text. Yes, please. I just do it first, and then we can discuss it. And then we have this, and either you treat the patient or you send the patient, you send the referral to the eye care hospital and want the expert instead to treat the patient and help the patient. And if the primary care physician managed to treat the patient, well, then the process starts. You don't, then it's over, so to say. So then we go to this end. If you remember, it looks like this. It's called sometimes the bull's eyes in the modeling word. Some people call it the bull's eyes because it looks like an eye of a bull. But this means that this process instance stop here. So if I repeat, we start here. The physician investigate the patient, and if the patient could be, and if the physician treat the patient, the instance will go this path, and then after the patient is treated, the process end. If, of course, I can be more detailed. I can say treat the patient, check the patient treatment, ask the patient if the patient is happy or feel better or something like that. But when you do process modeling, it's up to you to decide what is the detail level you want to model on. Anyway, if the physician cannot help the patient, then the physician instead will send a referral to the hospital. And so this conditional behavior model as a rhomb or as a diamond shows that there is a choice here. You can either go the left way or straight down, and then you need to write actually the condition here also on these two lines that goes out from this XOR split. And here I write treat, what should I write? I said possible physician can support, physician can help. Patient. If that is true, then you go to the left, and then the physician will sort of say treat the patient. But otherwise, I usually use this else, which is nice because it's, if that doesn't work, in this case, they want to, they send, and then I write else here, and I saw them else. So else, you go straight down, and the next action to carry out is send the referrer to the eye care hospital, and then it's sent to the hospital, and you can see here that the administrator will then receive the referral. Let's see, it was a nice comment in the chat. Offline, aha. Oh, that is more tricky. That's a good point, because you said it, maybe the connection is not that means that, okay, I agree. I usually use PowerPoint very often. Visio, yeah, but that costs money also. Visio costs, it's the Microsoft solution, Visio. No, I don't, I'm not, no, you can look for, you maybe can search for flowchart or modeling tools for free or something like that, and try it out, because it takes time. But maybe the easiest way for you will be to, yes, BSAC. Aha, interesting. BSAC is a suggestion from Baptiste. Very nice. But you could also use PowerPoint or use some other, maybe you have, if you work in, if you look like Google, you can use the Google presentation. I show you, it's, but then you have to do everything else by yourself. So here, if I go into my Google account, I show you, if here, no, why it's so, okay, I will show you. But put it this way, if you go into Google, there is, instead of selecting their word connector, you could go for their presentation and use that. That's for free also, and then you can download that as a PDF if you want, or as a PowerPoint. I think, can you download Draw.io? Prudence had that's a question to Prudence here. Could you download Draw.io and work on it offline? Was that possible? That's a question.
Yeah, we worked offline.
Okay, perfect. I mean, then use Draw.io then. Perfect. And yeah, okay. So that's very nice. Now I will go back here. I will do like this. See where I am. I will close the chat. So, and then I will continue here. Yes. And you should write these conditions here in brackets. So every time when you can go different ways, you use this diamond called, I call it XOR split. It has one arrow in, two or more arrows out, and only one of the paths out, only one of the flows out from this diamond can be true. And you need to write this, so to say, condition. It's kind of expression that could be true or false. And if the patient can help if the physician can help, you go to the left. Otherwise, you send the referral to the eye care hospital. And then the next, a note here, send the referral is an action. Receive the referral is an action as well. And then the arrow just show here, the point with the arrow is that it shows that this action should be carried out before that action. A typical control flow approach that they want to show in which order things has happened. And we know that then the administrator receive a referral, and if you read the text, you can see also that this administrator need to send a notification back to the primary care physician that they have received this referral. So the administrator will send a notification, and it will be, and then next step is that the primary care physician receive the notification. And then if you read the text again, the next step is that this group of experts, I call it group of physician or group of experts, will meet and check the referral. It's kind of the referral consists of kind of a name of the patient, name of the doctor, the primary care doctor, but also what kind of problem the patient has. And then based on this information, it could be more or less advanced in different hospitals in different countries. But the idea is here that based on this information, these physicians will decide first if they can accept the referral or not, if they will take care of this patient, take the responsibility for the patient or not. And as we mentioned in the text, we could deny, the physician here could deny the referral, say we don't want to have to deal with this. They could accept it, which is nice, but they also think that there are some information lacking. They don't have all the information they need, so they will ask the primary physician for more information. Let's see if there are any chat questions. No, good. But please interrupt me also. So the next step here is that if the physician deny it, I would then write another action here, and I would call it send inform. You can call it different things, but I usually start with a verb. It's very good if you can start with a verb. Inform primary care physician that is denied, because then the physician knows that. And in this case, we can discuss that later on, but I also here assume that the primary care physician will receive this denial. So receive info about denied, not accepted referral. So, and I will see, I can just find this little arrow here and drag it like this. And then the process will stop here, because you could, it depends a little bit how you think about it. Maybe you want the physician has to do certain things, but we make it simple in this way and say that, that the process end here. I will like this, I go and get it. It was complicated, so I go and get the end from here instead. So, and then I can create the arrow here from here. So, bang. Okay, now a question. Oh, here's a good chat. Please interrupt with me. Can't this task get a solution through database development? Let's see what you mean by that, Marceline. Because I will show you how we think later on in this course, but say that I want to create a system. I want to develop a software solution. Then the first thing that we usually do is to identify how are people working, how are people doing things. So we try to do a process model to understand how people are working. So we will create a system that actually will support people's way of working. Because if you don't understand how people are working and try to create a system, I guess that the user will be not so happy. And then we need to understand the concept, and Paul will talk about that tomorrow. He will introduce the concept, how to model concept, and that conceptual model that Paul will present for you, that can be easily transformed to a database schema or a relational database solution. So in my word, both the processes and the conceptual model is is kind of supporting you for developing a system, and that system usually consists of an kind of application and combined with a database. So yeah, no, I understand how you think, Marceline. You think that, okay, this nice that you show this process, how people are working, but actually by having a system like a database solution, this could be done in the system. That's a good point. Yeah, but look here, it's interesting here, because what's going to, if you think like that, please confirm that if you think like that or want to, then still, because all these actions that are carried out, let's see, I will close the, note that, okay, all this, most of the info, when we, if we have, now we assume that we don't know if there is a system or else, but when this action is send the referral to eye care hospital, that could of course be sent by paper mail, so to say, but it could also be, if you have a system, it could also be a click on the screen in a computer system. So we have not decided yet here if these actions are carried out manually or by a system, and not all actions can be carried out in a system, so to say. When you check, then when you hear investigate the patient, then you cannot do that in the system. Of course, you can document your findings, which they probably will do in a system, but you cannot investigate the patient in a IT system, so to say. So that was an answer to your question, that some of these actions that I show here could be a click on a computer, or it could be a manual system where you actually send send a paper mail. But today, most of the people are emailing, so I guess it's not so often that you sort of say, when you send a referral to a hospital, you don't send it as a paper mail, you just send it as an email, because it's much easier. But still, the hospital has to receive the referral as an email, and they have to send a notification as an email back to the physician. So some of these actions could be manual, and some of them could be used by a system. And if we don't have any system support here, this process could be a good base for understanding what is the benefit of introducing this system. It will help you carry out many of the actions that I showed here. Okay, I hope I answered you okay. I talk a lot, but I think it's good to go through this lesson slowly, so please interrupt me. Okay, but now a question to you here. If the referral is accepted, what action do you think we will have there? If this group of physicians, what's happened? Let's go and read what it says here. If the referral is accepted. The administrator sends a notification to the physician at the primary care informing that the referral has been accepted. Then the group of expert physicians make a prioritization, that they decide how important it is. And based on this prioritization, the administrator of the hospital book a visit at the hospital and send the booking information to the patient. That's this end the process. So now let's go back to our nice model here, and then we have a chat question. I like that. I think we should consider as part of, therefore, they are good. Here is a good point. I think we can consider process as part of system analysis. Exactly. Therefore, database can be designed based on the developed process modeling. Very nicely. That was exactly what I wanted to say, but you said it much nicer, Emmanuel. Exactly. So the database will be, sort of say, designed. It will help you design your system by understanding the process modeling. Because I don't know how it is in Rwanda, but in Sweden we have many systems that are horrible because nobody really understands how people are working on the floor, so to say. Good, thank you. Please note. Okay, a question. What do you think will be the first action of if this, I've said before that this is the decision node, or it's called conditional behavior, and this diamond have 1 arrows in and 2, in this case 3 arrows out. It is an XOR split, and if this process instance now goes straight down, that means that the referral that is sent in is accepted. What will be the first action? Any suggestion? Show you again here. If the referral is accepted, I mean, just want to mention here that, so you understand, it's not the totally right or wrong here. We have to interpret this text. That means that 2 students or 2 teachers could model this process in a different way, and both could be good or correct, so to say, or at least according to the description. So it's no real. But what do you think? What could be any suggestion of a good action? Yeah, let's see if there is anybody that wants to write something in the chat. Well, then we read it very carefully again. If the referral is accepted, the administrator sends a notification to the physician. So again, a notification will be sent to the physician at the primary care unit that in this case that the referral has been accepted. So it was very similar to the way when it was denied. Inform primary care physician that refers. So we do the same thing. We inform primary that the referral has been accepted. Has been accepted. And then on the other hand here, on the other side, we drag it down a little bit because we don't have so much space. I drag it down a little bit like this. Yeah, good. That worked okay. And then I make a copy of this, Control C, Control V. So, and here, and now receive information about accepted referral here. So now the next step now is that if you remember, I go back to the text so you can see the administrator sent a notification to the physician or primary care informing that referral has been accepted. Then the group of expert physician prioritize the referral. So the next step is then to prioritize, and that is done by this group that I mentioned before, the group of physician. And yep. So, oh, good. Somebody in the chat. I will just show you here that now something will be done by the group of physician here. Let's see what the chat say. When this has more than yes or not direction, when the symbol has more than yes or not multiple gateways. Aha, yes, Baptiste, if I understand you right, what you say here, what's happened, I'm not sure that I interpret you correctly, but please send me a new question. So in this case, say that not in this, when you think about this symbol here, I call them XOR because there could only be one way, could only be one path that is true for each instance. So for example, we say that Erik Perjonsmi comes into the primary care physician and the primary care physician sends in the referral to the hospital. Then that's one process instance. Then another person like Vincent come in to the primary, and then the physician again send the referral to this eye hospital because also Vincent had a problem, not only Erik. Then it will be a second instance, so to say. So, and then first become Erik instance here. He comes in, and Erik's instance get accept. Erik's referral get accepted, and then I will go straight down. Vincent's was denied. So then we go to the left. But what you ask here is, could it be that two of these paths could be accepted in the same way? So you can go to, yes, and that is called OR split, not XOR split. XOR split spells like this. You can see what I talk about, Control X. That's a very good question. XOR split is spells like this. XOR, and that means that is only one way out. X stands for exclusive, but the OR one means that you can actually have two paths out. But I recommend not to use them because you don't need to use them. Then it's better to model it in a different way. But just to mention, there is a modeling element called OR split, which means that two or more paths could be true, the condition be true. But when you model, you need to model it so only one condition is true for each instance, so to say. I hope I was. And for those of you that were a little bit confused with my answer, don't worry, you can do the model without understand what I said. You just focus on doing this diamond when you have a choice, and think that only one of the paths could be true for each instance. Okay, so now the doctor received this information, and I said after that, after this group of experts will meet and sort of say, they will meet and make prioritize referral. And the idea is here that prior to referral, and the idea is here that the physician decide if this is an emergency case that you want to help the patient directly, immediately, and ask the patient to come over, or if you can wait 1 month. So it works in Sweden. You have 3 options. Either you be called directly because it's emergency, you are losing your sight, your I will do like that. Yeah. I'm muted to everybody, but please, if you want to talk, it's no problem. So good. So they need to prioritize the referral, and what's happened, and that is done. You can see up here, it's done by the group of physicians. Okay, maybe I could have made it a little bit. Yeah, I can. Yeah, that this could actually be done by. Okay, I will move this instead a little bit like this, because that was done by the administrator, and this will be done by the group of physicians. And then if you read again the text, you can see here, based on this prioritization, if they need help directly in 1 month or 3 months, the administrator at the hospital visit the hospital and send booking information to the patient. And then I go back, because now you can see that this is a really control flow, because what you think now is that, okay, then you should send information here so that means that now the physician, the group will inform the administrator, and the administrator will send the information to but the arrows here actually means in which order the activities is carried out. So here we take this, it's actually not how the information flow. And here we said inform no, it's the patient. Yeah, let's see. I read it correctly. Yeah, they send booking information to the patient. Okay, okay. So what's going to happen here? You first, the admin have to book a time, book a date, book a date and time based on this prioritization. Yes, so, and then this will happen, and then after that's done, you need to send information to the patient. Okay, book, send booking information to send booking info to the patient. So, and then we need to introduce the patient also, which will then receive, we can stop there. We don't involve the, we could here actually, yes, let's see how we do. Yeah, we do that. It could be interesting. We can do like that with the, we also the patient that need to receive this information. So here it's up to, if you want to model the patient, I usually recommend people not to model patient and customer, but you could do it if you want. So receive booking information, booking info, and that is the patient that receive this. So the order of activities that the preferred will be prioritized by the group of expert. Then the administrator book a date and time based on this prioritization, and then the same administrator send booking information to the patient, and then after that the patient will receive booking information. And I'm up here up to the lanes here and add also patient now to the left. So we need another role here because we involved another role, and it's called patient. So okay, and then the process end, I think it says here. We could of course continue if we have more information, but this end the process. Okay. No, here at the end of the process. Okay, so after that, I will again take this process at the end, this activity finally, which is called and I will model it like this. And now I have two questions. Great, I like that in the chat. Let's see. I think for the case, you will have many diamonds, but one of exactly, oh, good, and unset. So if you want to model that you could have different options, you could model it by having many choices after each other to handle that. Yes, that's what I would do. Instead of involving this OR split, I think focus on XOR split. XOR is like if, exactly, I'm on the right. XOR is like if condition in programming, if or if else. But remember, we can have an inner condition that means that one condition is true. We can have another condition under the true condition. Very nice. So Emanuel and Ansett means the same thing, that you start with one XOR split, and then it follows another XOR split after it. And then you join the inner one, and then you join with an XOR join the outer one. Yes, so that's absolutely correct. Great. Some of you knows exactly what this is all about, but not all, I guess, and especially people from programming usually receive that information. Good. And now we go back. Thank you, and please add more information in the chat if you have some questions. It's very nice. Now we have, okay, so now we have only one path, one of these conditional paths left, that this expert physician is not so happy with group of physicians, is not so happy. They think that the referral doesn't have additionally all the information needed. So in this case, let's see, we read the text so we follow it clearly. If the referrer lack information, the administrator send information to the primary care physician about this. Then the primary care physician needs to send additional information, which will be received. Okay, so then the primary care add this extra information and send it back to the administrator. And the administrator send a notification that they received this additional information. And after that's done, then the group of experts decide about the referral, which again could be that the referral could be accepted, denied, and sent back. Okay, that's sounds interesting. And I'm going to have a more. Yes, another. It's good. Gatera here mentioned that another. You could have many, as Anisette and Emmanuel said. You could have an XOR split and then followed by another XOR split, like you said, like an inner condition, which I think was a nice term. But you could also use parallel activities, and so you can have an AND split first, and then XOR splits inside that. And I think I have it in. If you go to one of the presentations on how to handle tricky situations in UML activity diagram, that could be a nice way to do it. Okay, good. I will now go back. I like that you sent in a lot of comment in the chat. Yeah, okay, so let's model that now. We go to the final one, and then we can. So in this case, we said that now we can actually start drawing the lanes here, so we can see the lanes. Maybe let's see if that works good as a lane. Yeah, why not? No, that was not so easy to do. Let's use one of the arrows here. So the way not a good arrow. Let's go up. Take an ordinary array like this, and you can see here. Oh, that was not. I don't want that one. I try this then. That was not good either. Let's see. I don't give up. I have somewhere. Here is a good arrow. So you can see here you got a head of the arrow, and you can take away that add by going. You click on it, and then here you can see. Oh, I drag it down. I don't work so often in this tool. That was strange. Try to find that. Then I'll take the line, because in Lucidchart you could select what type of head you want for every line. But okay, I do like this. I just want to show what belongs to the. No, that was correct. Just to show which actions are carried out by which actor here, and make it very clear by having these, create these lanes like swim lanes in a pool. If you hear somebody complaining in the background, it's my dog, unfortunately, that doesn't like that my daughter is out on the jar without her. So, and then the group of physician there, and I think we need another one for the patient. Let's see, I go up here again and go to the left. I'm going to make a copy of that. And then we need to go on that side. So perfect. So good. And now we go back to our case here, ask for additional information. And now what's going to happen here now is that the administrator will, and let's see, so I follow, ask for additional, exactly. ask for additional info. Ask primary care doctor for I make it simple. Ask for additional info, and I take it here from this one here. So ask for addition to the here. Send send info. Okay, send in okay, and then receive a request. Yeah, it's better. Request is a very good word. Request additional info. That is done by the administrator, as we remember, and then the physician here will receive request, and then the physician will add send additional information. A note here, I could have been more. So now I do like this. So I could have here, and then I send it back to the administrator. But look, I could have had one action called receive request, and then I can have another action called gather more additional information, and then the third one could be send additional information info back. But it's a little bit up to you as a moderator to decide how detailed you want this process to be. I usually tell people, as I mentioned last time, that try to be as detailed as possible, because you can find more improvements to do in the process. Okay. Anyway, what's going to happen here is that the administrator at the hospital will receive additional info, and then notify back that the hospital received this. Receive notification. Oh, yes, sir. So we have to have one more there. Receive. Now, see if you follow my. I will put this up so you can check it out later on. Also, I will be here at receive exactly notify. Primary care physician that additional info is received. Okay, and then receive notification here. Okay, notification. So, like this. And then let's see, yeah. So that if you go up here, you can see here that this is the administrator at the hospital. The hospital, request additional information and send that to the primary care physician. The physician will receive the information. The physician will send back this additional information, and then the administrator again will receive this additional information, notify the patient that the info is received, and the primary care will receive the notification. But now, how will the now comes a tricky question here. How will the hospital then do? Because now the group of physicians again need to check if they can accept, deny, or ask for additional information. Maybe they was not so happy with what the physician said. Maybe they want additional information again. So that means that the process here should go in somewhere here, and actually you can see they meet to decide. So we will take this arrow here from receive notification and we drag it all the way back here up to this meet here. Okay, now let's see if we can make it nice. The better tool you have, the easier this is to change these things now. Yeah, it worked. Maybe we should go out like this. And then, so let's now make it smaller so you can follow me. Take away that's for now. So after the activity receive notification, what activity will happen? Well, it will happen that the physician will meet again to decide and check if the new one with the new referrer or the referrer with additional information will be accepted, denied, or ask for additional information again. So, and you can see here, I try to keep the rules that in all is not, this is fine and it's absolutely accepted by most people. But I think that what is a little bit ugly with this solution is that you have in all the other actions, we have one arrow in and one arrow out. But in this case, we have two arrows into this action here. It's fine, but I usually prefer, see if somebody wants, I usually prefer, if you have two arrows into an action, I usually prefer to have an XOR join before. So let's see if you follow me here. This could be a little bit tricky to grasp, but let's see if you understand what I mean. Take away that, so, and go back. So. Oh no, I hope it is. No. I have to make it a little bit bigger. Sorry for that. To make it work. So good. And then I take a diamond here. And if you remember, we also had a path from this one. Let's go also into this, down there, if it's possible. Okay, and then we take another. Yes. So you can see here that in this case here, instead of having two arrows into this meet to decide, I actually have this symbol, this XOR symbol again. And my question is, do you remember what this is? Is this an XOR split or an XOR join? Let's see what they say in the chat. Maybe they have some comment here. Yes, it's possible that I showed you. We can do that in the end. It's possible to export this into MS to a PDF at least. Yeah, in the menu field. Thank you. in the menu field, go to file and then export as. Let's see. We can check it out. We can do that in the end when we have finished this, so that we all have an agreement, because I don't work so often in this IO draw, because I use this Lucidchart that I talked about. But let's see. Okay. So do you remember what this was called? You remember it's 2 or more arrows in and 1 out. Anybody that remember what I called that? I call it not XOR split. I call it XOR. Let's see, somebody in chat is fast to write. What is it called? Not XOR split. I call it usually XOR. If you remember from that from Monday. Okay, XOR join. I guess some of you know that. Okay, so this is 2 arrows coming in, 1 arrow is going out, and what's nice is this is that now all the action that I have has 1 arrow in and 1 arrow out. It was absolutely fine to take these two arrows and go into this meter decide, but I think this is a little bit nicer. Okay, now I will just finish some stuff here to make it a little bit nicer. This was the lane for the patient, like this. Maybe I should do this also in other colors so it make it easier to read. Can I do that? Like red? No. Yeah, I can do it thicker at least somewhere here. Line color, you here? Line color, perfect. I make it red. Apply that. Is it red? Yeah, it is red. Okay, good. And that also make red. Can also make them thicker, but I'm not, at least no. And I do the same thing here. There, line color red. So this red shows the sort of say the lanes, and then I need another one. So also in red. So, and now I have 4 lanes. You can see. I don't make it too nice. And I can also, if I want, I can make another on top here and say like this, that so this, to show that from which organization they are. I do like this then. If I want. So, and then I write here primary care unit, so we know which type of organization it is from your primary care organization. And these were from these other 2 rows was from the hospital. A bit nicer to I care hospital. Oh, nice. Perfect. So, and I will now you said we will now download as a PDF and put it up. And you said export as, yes, very nice. And here we can export it as a PDF. Yes, I will do that. Export as PDF. Let's see how this works. I have some problem with my computer. Include a copy on my. Okay. And I will pick a folder. Oh, great. I can then go into here. And it's called as you see. Lectures. Training material. Seminar. Seminar here. That didn't work so well. I can print it also. That's another option. Let's see. But it should be able to export it. I print it to make it simple now. Print, and I print it as a PDF. I print it as a PDF. And then I put it here on my desktop. But I will try again the export. What was the problem I had? Process model lesson solution 2021 06/23. So now at least have that done. Now let's see if I can, why I couldn't export it. Maybe somebody, I try it again. It should be export as a PDF. Include a copy. Select only. Okay. I cannot select it. Okay, export. I can. Okay, pick. Okay, pick it. Use folder. I should be able to. Here on this level and see what's happening. No, I cannot. Why is it so? Export PDF. Export, and I select the device then, my computer. No, I cannot. Okay. I have some problem with my computer, but at least I have it. Maybe a suggestion here. Thanks. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, that was that. Now, now we will take 15 minutes break, and then we will use some time to, if some of you have started your work and want to show it to everybody, and we can discuss your solution so far. And what solution do I talk about? I talk about this, that the one that examination task 1 here in the process modeling. And it's a description here, and you can see it is about this organization. It's an emergency central in Stockholm. But let's take 15 minutes break, and then we are back. Let's see, 35, 45. Yeah, 10 to, we take 15 minutes. So we're back 10 to 3. And then those of you that want to show your solution, please, we can discuss them. You can share the screen. But now I will stop sharing, and I will be back in 15 minutes. We take a break, and we can have some coffee or whatever we want to drink. And see you soon. Okay. And please, if you have some questions, we can discuss them also when we meet again. I will just stop the video here. So, thanks. See you in 15 minutes. Okay, back here. I have some problem to open my PDF, which I put in. Do you have the same problem? I think it's something with my computer, but I will. Do you have the same issue with the PDF in the? I will open up so you see what I talk about. If I share the screen, if I go to my, I don't know, today I had some issue with my computer. Let's see. I put it here in the lesson, but I cannot open it. You see, I open up here. I put it here, a PDF, but I could not open it. I will try it again later on as soon as the lesson is over. I will put in a new so you can see the solution that I had. Okay. Anyway, I stop share. And now is the question, is there anybody of you that want to show your solution on this first? Or you don't have to show all the solution, you can just show a little part of it by sharing the screen. So you need to have it on your computer, or you can show it by using your camera, of course. Is there anybody of you that are interested to, you don't have to check the whole solution, just the part of it. Let's see if there's anybody that managed to, it was a very quick start of this course, so maybe some of you did not have the time to try it out, but I'll wait and see. Hi. I'll ask Vincent, do you have any, did you manage to draw some solution here and want to show us? Or I know that you have a lot of questions, at least. Sorry for pushing on you, but I just start with you. No, Vincent is not. Let's take somebody else. Ogatera, have you tried Ogatera? Did you try to? Yes, sorry. It was my son that called me. Any? No, not Gatera. Okay, maybe. Let's see, is there anybody? Marceline, did you do any? Uh-huh. No. Marceline, yes. Do you want to try, or? I don't hear you. Let's see why I can't hear you. Okay. Paul, is you there? Can you see if you, I can't hear anybody. Can somebody say hello to me and see if I can hear you? Or I'm just. No, Vincent wrote. No, he has not done it, Vincent. Okay. So he will do it tomorrow possible. Okay. Yeah, you can. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, it's nice if somebody can somebody say hello to me. So see, I won't hear anybody. So let's say hello, just.
Hello, sir.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, good. Then it works. Let's see. Otherwise, we can also. I think if you don't. I think today, after this seminar, you try to draw try to open up the modeling tool, try to draw a first draft of your model, because it's good to have. But then tomorrow, when Paul has his lectures, start focusing on conceptual modeling and leave the process modeling to when you have time to fix it. You have some time after after these 2 weeks. So, it's Mugabe. Yeah. Have you any solution there, or?
No, I have not yet started to draw it. But
Okay. Then we wait. Yeah. Let's see. But we can hear you nicely. That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if there's anybody that want to share. Otherwise, we can. It's fine also to end this now, and you can use the time to start. But my suggestion, try to get a smart way to do it now is to try to download this or open this tool IODraw, or and the information about that I share the screen so you can see. It's a lot of. Let's see. I will put it like this here. Around education there, and then here, and then here in the introduction here, there is, here you can see the links to these two tools, diagram.net or IODraw. The first one here, I will make it a little bit larger, you can see, 150. Here, this is the address, and if you if $8 is okay for you for each month, which means $8 is 80, it's $80 or maybe close to $100 a year. Maybe that's a little bit too much, but if you don't think so, it's you can also use Lucidchart, which I really like. There is a tool called Click, and also Lucidchart has a limited version free, so you can try it out and see if it's okay. But check that you really can print out or get out a PDF out of it. And then this ClickChart, I downloaded it the other day, but I've not started using it. But you can try that also, because a limited version is free, so to say. But easiest is this diagram.net. It's so easy, it's free, and it's pretty okay to use, so to say. Yes. Anybody? Otherwise, we can maybe finish. Maybe comment. I want to check with you. Can you write in the chat, everybody, if you think this is easy, if it's okay, or if it's tricky? So I see how many of you think this modeling these processes seem to be tricky. Then you write tricky in the chat. If you think it's okay, I mean, it's not super easy, but it's not super tricky. And if you think it's very easy, write that. Please write a little bit a message in the chat, all of you. Let's see. Okay, good. From Prudence, more. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, I agree with you. There is the tricky part is there are some assumptions that you need to do to understand before you can start doing it. I guess some of you, okay, exercising is needed. Yes, it's good to train. Yes, I agree. It's okay, but also tricky. That's, I think Mugabe is a correct interpretation. It's okay, but okay, there are always situations which is tricky, but it could be even for me that have a lot of years experience of modeling. I can get into tricky situation. Now, how do I do here? How can I do it so easy for people to understand, and so on? There are many. You can do it, as I mentioned before. You can do the mod. 3, 4, 5 people could do the model totally different, but still correct, so to say, or still is according to the domain description. So it's not one solution is correct. It's about interpreting the text. Okay, good. Then I know at least most a lot of you think it's okay. I guess those of you that think don't understand anything, don't write it in the chat. But I think by listen to these training sessions. They are very good. And then we will have supervision also later on, that you can join and ask us questions one-to-one, so to say. It's easier. Let's see if there are anybody that want to show their model. Otherwise, I think, any questions before we end? Any more questions, please? Don't be worried to ask stupid questions. They are usually very good. Let's see if there are any more questions. Okay, I mean, I think we have worked for, okay, we worked 1.5 hours and then we have 15 minutes break. I think that's fine. But then if it's okay for all of you, maybe we can end this session, and then tomorrow at 10 o'clock, Paul will present conceptual modeling, and that's actually a little bit more trickier. It could be more, it's a little bit different way of thinking. But if you pass the pros, but I think if you pass the conceptual modeling, the rest of the course is pretty simple if compared to the process, to the conceptual modeling. So please join Paul at 10, and he will sort of say, and he will introduce you into conceptual modeling. And again, if you want to be a little bit prepared, you can go to the training material and start listening to it. Then you're a little bit prepared for Paul's lesson. But my suggestion today is that you try to download or try to register to this tool, try it out a little bit, try to understand it, and then you can ask me and Paul questions regarding the tool if you have some issue. Okay, so nice. Bye, everybody. See you.
See you.
See you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Hey.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good.